Apparently, this is something all the cool young kids do on YouTube. You pick something, that might be interesting, and then you react to it. I don't know what the deal is with that. Hi, I'm Nick Anderson. You're watching The Nick Anderson Show, and tonight we are reacting to President Joe Biden's inaugural address. I, like many of you, was filled with joy this afternoon and today for this momentous occasion. All right, let's do it. Tonight's beer of choice is a Leinenkugel's original. Man, that, like, in crystal HD like that, it just looks so good. Look at that. Look at that. I look like like a real guy. Crisp. Refreshing. All right, let's talk about President Joe Biden's inaugural address. So, this address, you got to imagine you're speaking to millions and millions of people. What you say will ring throughout history, and there is the utmost amount of pressure. I don't think there's many people who would do good with this type of public speaking appearance. This is difficult. Now you've got President Joe Biden, who is someone who through his life has struggled with stuttering, giving a speech on the largest stage possible. And he nailed it. Were there a few hiccups? Yes. But this is someone who has struggled with stuttering, giving the biggest speech on the biggest stage, and he nailed it. He nailed it. That's all there is to say about it. There is no red against blue, no blue against red. He has such a incredible task in front of him, and the amount of nervousness that we have as Americans, I can't imagine the amount of nervousness that he has, and then to give a speech like that, especially with struggling with stuttering, is absolutely incredible. I was reflecting on a few things tonight. I was thinking about how he's the oldest president, and I was thinking, I think we maybe needed the oldest president possible because we need his humility and his wisdom from his many, many years. And as someone who is struggling with money, struggling with keeping my small business alive, more so is the way to put that, he mentioned that the pandemic exists. He mentioned its impact on people, the terrible things that it's brought, how it's stalked our nation. And it was nice, as someone who's struggling, to see somebody say that this terrible thing exists. Now, when I say it's so nice, I've been going to stores, like many of you, grabbing my groceries or grabbing some ice melt so I don't slip and fall. And I see other humans in the store, and they aren't wearing a mask. And I wonder, why do they not care about their neighbor? Why is this guy next to me coming real close? I've got my mask on. He's coming real close. He's looking at me like I've got the plague. Why does he not have his mask on? Why does he not care about his neighbor? And I know the answer. Anyways, I saw President Joe Biden in 2012. He came to the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, which means this was the first president I've ever seen. I didn't know it at that time, but it was. Now, I didn't go to that because I was a Democrat. In fact, at that time, I was probably more of a Republican. I went to hear a man speak. This was my first election that I was going to be taking part in. And red or blue, after hearing that guy speak, now President Joe Biden, I was a fan. He came out with such exuberance, such joy, and such a mission. I was less than a football field away from him. I could see him. I could see his face. I could feel the words that he was saying, and I was impressed. I didn't know much about the man at that point, But I definitely didn't think that he was stuttering or that he had issues, or he came out powerful, exuberant, truthful, and it was awesome. I've been a fan since then, and it gives me the utmost joy to see him sworn in today. His speech, as I said before, was absolutely phenomenal. And today was a day to celebrate. He said everything that needs to be said. So if you are looking for hope, if you're looking for how we can heal the nation, watch what he had to say if you haven't yet. On another note, the band has a song coming out on January 29th. This song is something I wrote in a lot of anger. It's something I wrote in 2016. And now to me, this song is the anger I had in the last 4 years. When you listen to this new song, I want you to release the anger of the last 4 years and move forward. Whenever you find yourself falling into hateful habits, I want you to listen to this song and let your hateful habits disappear from your mind. You'll understand when you hear this song, it is so much release that happens with it. And that's part of this whole album. This pandemic, these last 4 years, there's just a lot of frustration, and we needed somewhere to put it. I needed somewhere to put it. That's why I made this album. So listen to it. Let that anger come out of you. And let's move forward, hungry for change and hungry for the right thing. You guys have a good night. Next week on the Nick Anderson Show, we have the Soviet Machines, a garage rock band from Minneapolis, Minnesota, who just got signed to DC Jam Records and just debuted their debut album, self-titled The Soviet Machines. They did it with Jack Endino, who's done bands like Nirvana, might have heard of him, Soundgarden, and many others. We're very excited to have them on the show. We'll see you next week. Happy Inauguration Day. Have a good one.